I think I mentioned this when we were having my whole rant about J.R.R. Martin.
Previously.
What was Aragorn's tax policy? I'm like, and he's like, there should have been sex. And I'm like, no, there shouldn't have. I hated the twist with Arya. I'm sorry. The fact that that was Jon Snow's character arc the whole time. He was the one who was involved with the Nightwalkers. And then just have Arya do it. Oh, it was unexpected. I gotta be with my sister wife. Sorry, everybody. I gotta go. Gandalf should have stayed dead because he had such a good death scene. It's gotta be done right. Twilight did it right. And some of you may not agree, but I think that was an intimate scene done very well, to be completely honest. Yeah, they broke the bed, but you didn't see, you also see that Bella is super bruised. You didn't see her getting bruised or like anything that was like graphic and didn't need to be there. The thing that was quote unquote graphic and needed to be there was the bed breaking. When I saw that epic rap battle with him versus J.R.R. Tolkien, I thought it was really funny, but I was like, these men would have no beef in real life. I'm sure he deeply respects and loves Tolkien's work. I was wrong. Apparently, he's critical of it for dumb reasons. Even if the quote was taken out of context, I don't care. Why would you still say that? The context doesn't make it any better. I'm gonna be so honest. I looked up the context because people were like, it's out of context. It's him comparing his writing to to J.R.R. Tolkien, which is unnecessary. Like, he could have said, oh, you know, he writes really like high, like true fantasy, and I tend to stay more in realism. Like, that would have been something to say. Like, I like a more realistic and political approach, but he didn't say it like that. That's the issue, is like, I would agree it was taken out of context if that was the case, but like he still said what he said. Yeah, both are high fantasy, but he basically said about J.R.R. Tolkien's work, I'd have to look up the quote, but he made some comments like, oh, you can't imagine the hobbits having sex, for example, which is like, I can't imagine most people in my daily life having sex, and like that's not what my mind goes to when I look off people in the first place. Like, what? Why is that a factor? Excuse me? No, I don't look at people and say, I wonder what they would look like doing this. And like, I don't go into Lord of the Rings thinking about that either. So the fact that he's like, the fact that you can't imagine the hobbits having sex, I'm like, why does that matter? Why does that matter, George? Why does it matter? Or saying, he was like, what about Aragorn's tax policy? What was it? And what did he do with all the orcs? Did he go kill all the baby orcs in their cribs? Did he do that? And I'm like, bro, it doesn't matter. It's not relevant for the story. Yeah, Sam had kids. That's all you need to know. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not about the greater political infrastructure of the world, you know? It's just a dumb take. Yeah, like, it's not that kind of story. And that's what just like does it for me and makes me like annoyed. It's like, why does it matter? Yeah, I don't care about tax policies in Lord of the Rings. I honestly, I don't care about them in Game of Thrones either, to be quite honest. I just like to hear about all the drama. I don't really care about that. I just don't. So again, I know people are like, oh, it's taken out of context, but again, and what's the context it's truly taken out of, you know? Like, he still said what he said and criticized the weirdest things to criticize. Like, I think there's genuine criticisms you can probably give Tolkien's work if you really want to, you know? Like, there's definitely stuff that you can say about it if you want to. Like, some things are too long. I thought maybe this chapter was a bit unnecessary. Tom Bombadil didn't make a lot of sense to me. And they can all be argued back and forth to hell and back, but like, I feel like those are like fairly decent, valid things if that's just how it made you feel with things like Tom Bombadil. I like it, but it's a distraction from the story, and a lot of people feel that way. The reason it was cut from the movies. Same with the Scouring of the Shire. Yeah, that is correct. The Scouring of the Shire is cut from the movies because it's hard to fit in. It works better tonally in a book, but it's still good. But you could argue there are some people who think it's unnecessary. You know? Yeah, healthy arguments are okay, but like just simply pointing out things that have no story relevance and then saying, oh, but you know, it was a comparison, so it's taken out of context. I'm like, was it really though? Was it really? Was it really? I don't know. And they have different approaches to fantasy. Yeah. And again, I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think if he was truly just making a comparison, he could have just said, again, the actual differences instead of saying, why didn't Tolkien have these things that he didn't need in the story? All right, let's go see Din-chan, what we've all been waiting for. I love you, my little bunny girl. Oh, it's pink today. hit that like, leave a comment below, smash that subscribe button, and ding that notification bell so you never miss a post, a video from me, Nerissa Ravencroft.